Welcome once again to Bio 211B Plant Physiology, Unit 5, Session 3, Factors Affecting Ascent of SAP. And by the close of this session, you should be able to explain the process ascent of SAP and discuss the factors that affect ascent of SAP. What is ascent of SAP? You should have noticed from the introduction that it is a process that begins from the roots and reaches the leaves in the heights above ground against gravitation, and it is involving water movement. But from our discussions from session 1, we talked about the uptake of mineral salts from the soil. We also stated that the end destination of mineral ions, once absorbed by the root hairs, are carried into the root xylem to be carried upwards to the areas of need in the transpiration stream. This means that ascent of sap could also mean the upward movement of water and salts. This sap passes through the xylem cells of roots and stem and reaches the leaves. Factors involved in ascent of sap following are 3 factors involved in ascent of sap. The first is root pressure, the second is transpiration, and the third is transpiration pull. Root pressure is dependent on active uptake of water by living cells involving the expenditure of energy. This means that soil factors like aeration and temperature could affect root pressure. So transpiration, you will soon see from Unit 6, Session 2, that it is the loss of water as vapor from the leaf surfaces. This continuous replacement of water in the mesophyll cells as they are lost through the intercellular air spaces of the leaf, then through the stomata, becomes the transpiration stream, linking up water right from the root hairs through the root cells into the root xylem, up into the stem xylem, and up into the branches and leaves. Now, if transpiration has to do with loss of water at leaf surfaces with the atmosphere, then any one or all of these factors could influence ascent of sap. Humidity, temperature, wind, light, atmospheric pressure, available soil water. Internal factors. Leaf area. By reducing the size of leaves, plants decrease their rate of transpiration. Example, the thorns of the cactus plant are actually modified leaves to reduce the leaf area and hence transpiration, which will then affect the ascent of sap, right? Leaf structure. Thick cuticle on the surface of plant parts, compact mesophyll cells in the leaves, and reduction in number of stomata reduce the rate of transpiration. You can find examples of such leaves belonging to plants growing in arid environments. So age of plants. Rate of transpiration is slow at the seedling stage, maximum at maturity stage. Transpiration pool is responsible for the ascent of water in the xylem. This ascent of water is dependent on the following physical factors: cohesion, mutual attraction between water molecules, enabling the ability of water to form long continuous chain from the roots up to the leaves of the tallest plants. Surface tension, responsible for the greater attraction between water molecules in liquid phase than in gaseous phase. Adhesion, attraction of water molecules to polar surfaces and in the xylem walls coupled with the surface tensions allows water to move up along the walls of the xylem as the force of transpiration pulls it up. Then capillarity, the ability of water to rise in thin tubes to this. The xylem and tracheids are perfectly adapted. The xylem vessels, made up of dead lignified wood, is adapted to withstand the pressure developed by the moving water without collapsing. These physical properties of water and adaptations of the xylem vessels allow for ascent of sap against gravity in the xylem. In review, we have noted that the ascent of sap actually involves water and dissolved mineral ions or salts. That the ascent could be influenced by internal and external factors that affect root pressure, transpiration, and transpiration stream. The three factors responsible for the ascent of sap against gravity.